Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 35 of Virtual English 2. Today, you'll be starting your Inquire and Explore essay. The seniors are doing Analyze and Interpret. So I get it confused sometimes, but you are doing Inquire and Explore, and you've been asked to do this particular prompt right here that I do not have pulled up. I do have pulled it up. I just don't have it pulled up to share. So I'm asking you to do this prompt that you've been researching the last couple of days. Pick something you'd like to know more about, then interact with at least 3 different sources that discuss that thing, and then at least 500 words reflect on your own research and newfound knowledge. Your essay should contain 3 different parts, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. You need to establish your prior knowledge. So in this part of the essay, you'll explain what you already knew about the subject before you started. Then part 2, you're going to talk about discoveries. In this part, you'll explain what you discovered about your topic. You'll need to make sure you cite your sources that you got the information from. And then part 3 is the reflection. In this part, you reflect on what did you learn? Did you find anything particularly interesting? What resonated with you? Where do you think your thinking/research will go from here? So that's the essay. One thing a technique you can use for this particular essay, since this is kind of a lit review for the quote unquote like genre of essay we're doing, even though the purpose is to analyze and interpret, is or not analyze and interpret, is to inquire and explore, is this. These are headings. So I'm about to show you. So you can structure your paper like this and put it into headings where you have part 1, part 2, part 3. I wouldn't recommend doing part 1, part 2, part 3. I would do kind of like have your own little title, but each title you would bold and underline, and then underneath it you kind of part 1X is your introduction where you talk. Here's what I knew about this topic going into it. And then in part 2, you will begin to talk about your thoughts on your research, things that you found. This is where you're going to need to cite your sources. Earlier this week when we did the citing sources exercises, I talked that you probably are going to do mainly summaries right here, which is fine. But if you were to weave it together, that'd be even great. You just need to make sure that you provide a parenthetical citation. And this is what a parenthetical citation is. After you use information that is not yours, that you got from an outside source, you need to put it in parentheses along with the year or the page number. Years APA, and most of you, if you plan on going to college, will probably write APA, so that would probably be the better path to take. I'll also give you this example because I know a lot of you are using websites and you don't actually have an author. Whoever is the publisher of the website is the author. So like Bureau of Labor Statistics, you would put Bureau of Labor Statistics. If it is something that can be abbreviated like Bureau of Labor Statistics, the first time you mention it, you're going to write out Bureau of Labor Statistics, and then in parentheses, you'll put BLS. And then from that point forward, you can just refer to the Bureau of Labor Statistics as the BLS. Then in part 3, you're going to talk about where you're going to go from here. Explain what you're going to do with your newfound knowledge. Where do you think your research could could go if continued, and what did you find the most interesting or the most beneficial? After you're done with that, you need to make sure you have a works cited page. If you don't cite any sources in this, there's a part of the rubric called references that I am grading. You get a 0 on that. So that's automatically a 0 out of the 600 points I'm using to average your actual grade for this essay. That's a 0. So that's a big chunk of your grade that will all of a sudden disappear if you don't use sources. So you need to make sure you cite your sources, and you need to do it properly. Here's how to make a works cited page. Basically, at the very end of it, you just will like insert a page break, and I forget how you do it in Chrome, I think, or in Docs. I think it's under insert, and then it's like further down it says page break. But you do a page break that creates a new page for you, and then you put works cited center, and then underneath it you put the things that you got, and you're going to need to put these in alphabetical order. I didn't have it in alphabetical order right there, so voila, there I have it in alphabetical order now. But you got to have that at the end. You got to, because these are in-text citations. These are giving credit where credit is due. This is saying who said it, and this down here at the very end is telling us where you can find it, because these connect to these. All right. So how to create a works cited thing. Let's talk about that for a short minute. So what we're going to do is right here is cite this for me. It's one of the ways that I like to use to get citations. And I know most of you are doing a website. You click website, or if you did a journal article, you could do journal, book, and there's even more you can pick from. Then right here, you can copy and paste the URL. Sometimes you might be better off manually selecting that. And I'm going to do this over the West Wing. So I'm going to copy the URL, come back over here, and I'm going to paste. What was that? I guess I didn't copy the whole thing. I needed to copy. Let's try that again. Yep, I didn't. I only copied a piece of it. There we go, copy, and then paste, woo, and click search. So I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna click cite. Now I know how Cite This For Me works. You're gonna say, we didn't find all these things, and that's fine. I'll go back in and look at it. So I need to find the author, the publisher, and the publication date. So that's what we're going to do. I could continue. All right, the first and last name of the author. So I'll go back over here, and it's Patrick Gomez. This guy right here, he's Patrick Gomez. So I will take his name, and of course, come on, paste. Gomez is his last name. His first name is Patrick. And then the year it was published was 2020. The publisher was the AV Club. Website name was TV Club. The publisher is the AV Club. I also think that it might be Go Media. So go back here. We'll just do AV Club because you'll be able to access it that way. Then the day access, because it's an online source, it can change it from moment to moment. So I'm recording this on October the 16th, 2020. Voila, complete citation. I clicked an ad accidentally, and voila, there it is. I'm going to copy the bibliography. There we go. I finally said it. The bibliography citation, like so, and then I go back here. It says copy. You just do Control V to paste, but you're actually going to need to do this thing called paste without formatting. I know on Mac, which I know most of y'all don't have a Mac, it's Command Alt Shift V to get that to occur. And voila, there it is. There's my website. There's my citation that I am now pointing to. All right. And of course, this G goes before N. And there we go. That's how you do it. All right, that's all I got for you today. This is due on Monday, but you have today to work on it. You need to finish your notes. Those are due on Sunday, and I'll see you all on Monday to tell you about the plan for next week. Toodles, bye-bye.